Welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that is bad.
The whole plane smells like weed. Those were the days. It's a joke, you idiot.
Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. Well, big day, okay? Welcome back to the pod, everybody. Welcome to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Dylan Krasinski, coming to you from ice cold day in Astoria, Queens. But with me, as always, is my man with the plan, my number two, Mr. Dominic Leonelli.
what's up, you guys? How you doing? Great news I'm setting a doctor's appointment. I'm back in town. I'm going to get rid of the dandruff. So,
What the hell is that, dude? What do you got, AIDS?
I'm excited. I got some dandruff going on.
Do you?
Yeah, I got
It's
a
not
scalp
good.
infection.
Oh, my God.
It is what it is. They gave me special medicine. I left the medicine in Japan, not to brag,
Good Lord.
I'm done traveling, though. So if we'll be
You're
doing
out.
more of these troublemakers. I'm taking a break, dude. I can't do it.
Can't do it.
I'm happy to be back, man. I'm only 4 hours late today. Sorry about
I
that,
know,
Dylan.
dude. You're killing me.
We're gonna
You know what?
Setting it up for 4.
It's fine. It's currently, if you're listening this morning when it comes out, we were supposed to record at 12:30,
Yeah.
and Dom slowly pushed the pod back by half an hour increments about 6 times. So it's now 4:23, and here we go, baby.
Is there a game on today?
No, there was
Okay,
last
good.
night.
Yeah.
Dude, we could talk about the national championship game last night. First
Nothing.
12-game playoff. You don't give a
What, the
shit.
the Ravens?
Oh, my God. No, dude. Ohio State and Notre Dame. Go Irish.
Yeah, dude. Ohio State, Notre Dame. I did watch a little bit of that.
You're an Ohio
I was
boy.
doing comedy in a huge Notre Dame fan base, Indiana, Goshen, Indiana.
Yeah, probably
They're
no
right
one
by
was there.
Notre Dame. No, it was packed.
Everyone's watching the game.
Well, no, it was the game wasn't going on. This was a couple nights. This was Friday, Saturday.
Oh, okay.
But, dude, yeah, place was packed. No, it was, dude, the banks are called Notre Dame Bank in Goshen, Indiana. They're
awesome.
that deep with Notre Dame.
Yeah, dude. Notre Dame. I used to be a big Notre Dame fan in high school. And then I'll tell you, when I went to not Notre Dame, I went to Siena. It's weird when you're just like in another college rooting for another college. So I'd still consider myself a fan, but I'm not like a diehard Notre Dame fan. I'll still watch the games every now and then, but I'm not obsessed like I was, in
Yeah.
like 10th, 11th, 12th grade.
You don't want to be on the enemy side of a sports team, of a group of people. Like, especially if you're doing comedy. Like, I'm doing stand-up there. He goes, the host. He goes, yeah, where's my Notre Dame fans? Everybody goes nuts.
Yeah, dude.
He goes, yeah, man, yeah, that's right. Screw Ohio. And these are Amish people. They're all reading the Bible before the show. And he's getting into it. Yeah, man, Notre Dame's going to crush Ohio, And then he goes, anyways, yeah, they're all like, yeah, boo, Ohio. He goes, our next comedian first coming up to stage, the headliner from Ohio. Dude, brings me up.
Yo.
I'm like, I don't watch sports. They're all Amish and real religious out there.
Is it Amish or Mormon or?
Well, it's a mix. There's Orthodox Jewish, like extremely Orthodox. I met one of the kids.
Are they allowed to watch comedy?
Well, that's the thing. It's a clean comedy show. There's no alcohol. It's G-rated. Kids are there. But I met a kid at South Bend Airport. I met one of the Orthodox Jewish kids there.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, he was drinking like spicy tomato juice, like real Orthodox Jewish on the plane.
Wait, is he Orthodox Jewish or Amish?
Well, it's a mix of
Or
the two
both.
in the town. He was
Okay.
Orthodox Jewish. And he's like, you're from the airport? And I'm like, yeah. So we're sitting next to each other. And his mom called him like 200 times, dude, while we're on the plane. It's delayed. She's freaking out. We get up in the air. I get this dude a set of headphones. He's playing solitaire. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, you ever see Goodfellas? Dude,
No.
I showed this kid Goodfellas.
How old was he?
I don't know, 14 or something. Halfway through, he shut it off. I'm like, dude, you got...
This kid, he's
He
just
could have been 38 also.
sipping his
I don't
tomato
know.
juice, dude,
Yeah.
flying back to New York.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You're just
Yeah.
showing him
Goodfellas.
the most violent movie
Yeah.
maybe ever made.
They're just stabbing the guy, dude. He's covering his own eyes. He covered his own eyes. He didn't want to see the sin.
Dude, to go from he's already guilty about using the computer on the seat to play solitaire to being like, let's watch some sin.
Yeah.
That's not good. Hey, but big day, dude. Big week. I don't want to cut you off, but
What do you got?
He is a sick puppy.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Big Daddy's back
I
home.
was out last night, dude. I'm at a bar. This dude was trying to pick a fight with me. I already feel it.
Really?
You know, I live over in Hell's Kitchen, you know.
Yeah.
Let's just say the theater area of New York. So I'm sitting down, and this guy, you know, they put it on. This is the, you know, the inauguration.
It's a big deal,
Huge
dude. The
thing.
next president being sworn in.
Yeah.
After surviving a couple assassination attempts, slanderous
Yep.
reports.
Fighting the law. He was dealing some dope on the side.
He's a real thug, you
selling
know?
documents and shit. He was doing some shit.
Well, I
Good
don't
for
know,
him.
baby.
I don't
You know,
Well,
who
my
knows? Who knows?
imagination. I like to see him like, you know, like one of those guys in Goodfellas, like pulling money out of his waistband.
Dude, I bet
Like
he just
thousands.
he just pulls it out, rolls it out, just, you know, okay.
What do you want me to do, Melania? You know, she don't argue with him. I got to go out on the fucking street, worry about getting whacked. I got to come home to you.
Dude, what's the movie The Departed when he breaks Leo's hand and then he puts like 1, 2, and then he just throws the whole wad of cash on the table. He goes, just take it all. That's Trump.
You wearing a wire? Yeah, no, at the bar it was going down. This guy demanded at the bar they shut it off. He's like, I will not stand for this. There's more than 2 genders. He did this huge scene. We're talking. I used to bartend, and I'm talking to the bartender. We know each other. I'm from the neighborhood, so I'm telling him, I'm like, oh, man, and, you know, I remember I had this one time, the bar owner, we were talking about how managers fuck businesses up, you know. And I'm telling him, I go, yeah, this girl comes in all the time. She would tip like $9 a drink. These wines are already like, you know, whatever, like sometimes $20. She's drinking the expensive wine. So I'm like, you know, some rich girl, and this dude snaps. He's like, well, because somebody could buy a drink does not mean they're rich. You guys never know how to classify genders. I'm like, hold on a second.
This is just a dude sitting next to you at the bar.
Next to me.
You're not even talking to him.
Not even talking to him. I'm talking to the bartender. I said, I don't know. Well, I'm just saying, like, axe rich, whatever. So we're talking, and the guy goes, oh, yeah, the inauguration's on, and people are all watching it.
Yeah.
Bar's got like 20 people in it watching it. This dude's like, I can't believe you guys are playing this. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave if you guys don't shut it off. So he's like, all right. So, dude, they shut it off for this
Oh, my
one
God.
dude.
Just be like, all right, see you later, pal.
Then this motherfucker leaves. Ain't that some shit? Then he left anyway.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I was on I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the pod, but I went on a date with a girl like 3 years ago. And this is like 2021 probably. We
Yeah.
went to a nice wine bar. We're hanging out. We're sitting outside. You still have to sit outside. It's the middle of winter, right? And they got the
What
heaters
was
and
it,
stuff.
pandemic-ish?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
okay.
still like early 2021, so
Gotcha.
still kind of pandemic-y. And it might have been 2020. I don't even remember. But we're
Outside in the winter.
we're outside in the winter.
Cool.
It's enclosed though. You know,
Yeah.
it's that classic. You know, we're just inside outside.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And we're talking about something, and then she brings up comedy, and we start talking about comedy. She's asking me who I like. I'm asking her who she likes. And then a good test, right? You good test with like people you date.
Yeah.
You maybe casually like you want to know their opinion on Louis C.K. Right? That's a nice little tester for a woman. If they're just like
I didn't think about it, but it is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna start using that.
oh yeah, you know, like Louis C.K. If they go like, oh, he's I would never listen to him, then you know, we're not gonna get along.
Right.
You can think what you want, but we're not gonna get along. If she's just like, oh yeah, I don't really listen to him, but that's cool. Great answer. Best answer is she goes, yeah, I don't really get why they canceled him. That's what she fucking said, dude. And we're sitting there.
Damn,
and
you were in love
I was, dude. I was for a minute. And we're talking, and she's
for
like,
a minute.
yeah, I don't know, a little longer, a couple months. And she's telling me, she's like, yeah, I don't understand. It's kind of crazy, that whole thing. Like, they just really villainized him and blah, blah, blah. And she's also like, this is like I guess this was right around like BLM too. Mm-hmm. And she's a black girl. So we're sitting
you
there.
Pulled yourself a black girl in BLM? Dude, good for you, man.
Come on.
Damn, dude, do you realize how serious? You gotta sit back and be proud of yourself. At the peak of being the enemy. You infiltrated the system, dude. I can't believe
found a nice Republican.
No, you found a girl that really wanted to get back at the black community. She wanted to get back at her boyfriend. Oh, you're going to go ahead and fuck a white bitch? Okay. I'm going to go find the most proper white Long Island motherfucker I could. We're riding ponies, bitch.
Dude, I'm taking her on carriage rides.
Did you take her out
We're
to the
going
country
through.
to shoot plates?
Oh, dude. Yeah,
cabin?
man. Fucking shooting plates and shit. You know, we're riding tractors.
She's getting you matching Jordans.
I'm giving her the full experience, you know? so we're at this wine bar, right? And we're having this conversation, and she's doing, in terms of like this part, she's doing most of the talking where she's talking about Louis and everything.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like 20 minutes go by. We're not talking about it anymore. And these two gay dudes are sitting like 3 or 4 tables down. Everyone's like in a row, right? So like we were pretty quiet. You know, it's not like we're yelling and everything.
Oh, but you know they got to butt into your conversation.
So, dude, they get up to go, okay? And we've also had now at this, like me and her, we've had like 2 glasses of wine each probably. Yeah. And maybe on our 3rd glass. So we're a little, you know. We're a little jazzed up.
Yeah.
And this dude just comes right over, doesn't even look at me, goes right to her and goes, you know, I just want to tell you that I overheard what you were saying about Louis C.K. And I just have to say that, you know, I have friends who have experienced things and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like looking at him. I couldn't believe it, man. And she's just sitting there. This is when I knew I like really liked her. She didn't like react right away. She was just kind of like taking it in and just like listening. And then I was like, just kind of making this guy realize how ridiculous he was being.
Yeah.
And he started getting angrier because she wasn't giving any reaction. She was just like, yeah, man, I don't agree with you, but you know, whatever. Good. And then he starts getting angrier. And then at some point, dude, this was it was such a good I just like, he kept getting closer and closer. So I like stood up and I was like, all right, man, I think you might, you know, wanna, I wasn't gonna like, you know,
good job.
But I like just stood up and I like put my hand in front because he's getting angry. He's kind of encroaching on her space. And after like 2-3 minutes, I was like, all right, man, time to go. And he immediately backed down. The waiter came running over and he was like, I am so sorry. He's a regular here. He's just had way too much to drink.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, well, you know, maybe
felt like
a glass of wine on the house to help us with our trouble.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? We had a nice little slumber party that night. And I think it was because I alphaed at the table.
It definitely was, 100%. You know, you let them know. You got to be smooth with it.
I'm a protector, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, we're not going to stand for that stuff.
And she knows she could have whipped his ass easy, too.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
What if she pulled out a gun and shot him? Huh, motherfucker, old block, bitch. She starts going off. Clack, clack, clack.
I would be like, whoo, well.
Kill your ass.
If I wasn't in love before, I am now.
Don't be rude.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Okay.
That would probably be my reaction. I would be like, wow.
Pops the witness, too. Kills the waiter, the person behind the bar.
Me, we're all dead. It wouldn't make the news at all because it's a bunch of white dudes getting killed in a wine bar, dude. It wouldn't make the news at all.
Yeah. Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah, she was a great girl.
What happened?
I moved out of my apartment.
Rosie's.
We just kind of I moved out of my apartment. We lost touch.
She was one of those apartment girlfriends.
No,
below you.
Well, I was like I moved back to Long Island for a little bit.
Oh,
so then I was coming back to the city and stuff.
Yeah.
We lost touch for like a couple weeks. And then I texted her and I saw her again, but she had started dating someone else. She was like, oh, you know, I'm kind of seeing someone else also like now in addition to you. And I don't know, you know, what I want to do. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And I just kind of like was like, didn't fight for it. I was just like, yeah, whatever you want to, you know, if you want to hang out again, that's cool. If not, whatever. And that was like the last time I saw her. And then she got married like a year later to that guy.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure that guy.
Yeah, the good ones get taken quick.
Dude, COVID, I dated like 3 girls in a row who all got married to like the next guy they dated after me.
Bro, I remember there was this girl from South Africa. I met her. She worked at LOL. I was in love with this girl. Maybe just Africa. I think some part of Africa. I don't know, to be honest. But she had...
Maybe Haiti. Maybe the DR.
No, it was
maybe.
one of them. It was like a nice part of Africa.
Totally opposite places. Dude.
You know what's crazy? How they speak like such perfect... You hear like an African woman, the way they speak English is so pretty.
I've never heard anyone describe it like that.
You got experience.
Can you do like how they speak?
Can't really do the impression, but... I took her out on a date, 2 dates, and she thought we'd get married. 3 dates. She's like, tell me, why won't you marry me? For real.
That's what she said.
It was like 3 dates.
Dude, how do you find these girls?
She worked at LOL. There's a lot on the ships, dude. I see why people love those women.
Yeah, a bunch of people on the ships who like you fly down and then they like pick them up at the islands and they're like, all right, time to work on the ship. And then they're like, hey, Dom, why won't you marry me and take me back to America?
Yeah, get me off the ship. Why don't you just cut to a point?
They're only, dude, can you imagine if your only interaction with American culture was on a cruise ship?
Oh, dude, nah, yeah, I guarantee you there's no way that the people that work on cruises, because they're so polite, but they have to get off the ship and talk shit. They have to. Like, I don't know if they call their family, because I don't hear it. They all speak a different language. They click up like prison over there. Like, there's the Philippines, the Albanians hang out. The guys.
You got Albanians on the ship.
Yeah, guys from Russia, all over, dude. There's like 150 different countries on the ship.
Damn.
I want to learn some of the languages. Have you seen that new app, Red Note?
No.
It teaches you Chinese. Dude, remember like the whole
TikTok shit? You gonna learn Chinese?
Xi hao.
Ni hao.
Yeah. I'm
What's...
learning it. It teaches you.
Let's hear some.
It's called Red Note.
I
just downloaded it. Yeah, it's all in Chinese. When you type, it's Chinese. You didn't see it?
No,
dude. It's taking over TikTok. It's better. It's the new TikTok.
It's a Chinese company.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. That's what it is. TikTok's getting banned, so now they created something else,
and it's better
to be like, let's infiltrate.
Yeah, dude. That's what they did. It's crazy. You think about the TikTok thing. It's like, all right, now it's done. Everybody's getting on Red Note. This app actually teaches you Chinese. You open up the app, it tells you how to say hello in Chinese. And then, like, people I'm talking to, my cousin's learning Chinese from it. We're all learning Chinese now. You get to pick a little animal.
Our grandparents would be distraught.
Yeah, I know people that are against it. They're like, man, you downloading that communist app.
Dude, I would love to learn another language. That's been my dream for so long. To be able to speak another language enough where you could catch someone talking shit about you.
What would you learn? What is your language? Like, what is your people's language?
Polish?
Oh, you're Polish.
Polish and Italian.
Oh, so Polish is a different language. Italian would be the one to
Polish
fucking learn,
is a different language, yeah.
But Polish would be like a rough one. Like,
my sister-in-law speaks Polish.
Yeah, I feel like I guess for your family, you talk to them. Unless you're ordering pierogies or something, well, so you need to know how to speak it. How do you say cold pierogi?
Dude.
What is it?
Cold pierogi.
Yeah.
Piragi.
Italian I want to learn, dude. I've actually been looking for rooms to rent in Italy and Naples. My family's from Naples. It's pretty cheap, man. You can go down for 3 months for a couple grand, live right there.
You gonna go to Naples for 3 months?
I mean, yeah, we'll do the podcast.
Dude, we're gonna have to backlog a lot of episodes. We just crank out 12 episodes. Okay, we're talking about the cold. It's coming out in June.
Yeah, I'm all
it's
tan
so freezing.
Buonasera. No.
Buonasera.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
5
Merry
nights.
Christmas, right?
I think it means good night or good morning.
Bona.
Or I'm doing good. I don't know.
It's Bella Napoli.
It's good night is I don't know.
Bonasera.
Something. Yeah, it's something.
Bonasera.
Prego is like please. Prego.
Yeah.
Louis.
I think prego is thank you.
Oh, if you want to let somebody sit down, so you see a mother holding a baby.
You go, scusi.
You go prego. And then she'll sit down.
If like a mom's like breastfeeding her baby, you're like, prego.
Well, no, then you just sit there and watch.
I know you.
I'm trying to learn Italian.
Dude, can you tell me? Can we talk about this on the air about how we want to? One thing we want to do for the pod in the future
is what? How we want to? We want to expand. We want to expand.
Yeah. So Dom and I have been talking about how we want to bring an in-studio editor, someone to sit in here and do the. Little behind the scenes action, a little
behind the scenes.
Use the switcher and maybe have a microphone.
Do some camera stuff. We could have somebody to look up stuff for us. We could be like, hey, look that up.
Yeah, exactly. Put it on the TV. That would be great.
One of those people you got to talk down to when they talk out of line.
That's who you want.
We're gonna have to do that.
Well, can I tell them what you told me?
No, no, you can't.
I can't, dude.
What did I tell you?
Dude.
I didn't tell you nothing. Yeah. Nah, come on. What are you talking about? No. Dylan's going to add a bunch of extra spice on it.
Come on, dude. It was so funny.
It's for the future, for people to find out what we get.
We're definitely not doing that, by the way.
No, but we do need an editor.
We do need an editor. If you guys listen and you live in the New York area and you want to come be an in-studio editor for the Troublemakers pod, we'll pay you. We'll pay you.
And we got a Peloton bike, never been used.
Come on, dude. It's not a Peloton. It's a Concept 2, and it's used kind of. Okay,
brand new. That thing hasn't been dusted since you moved in there.
Dude, I'm putting it on Craigslist, lightly used, and they're like, bitch.
Yeah,
that is not.
I sit on this motherfucker once.
I put a picture of myself just to see, and they go, "Oh, this is brand new."
Dude, that's funny. That's a comedy sketch. This is how to sell workout equipment.
Yeah,
don't post it looking fit. Post it looking like him.
And then you're selling it used but new.
Yeah.
Like if you try to sell weights and you're jacked, you're like, "Oh, this guy used the crap out of these."
Yeah, 100%.
Me, I post them. I'm like, got a barbell here, men's 45-pound barbell, lightly used. They'll be like, it's still in the packaging.
I remember my dad used to spray paint weights and make them look brand new and sell them. Brand new weight set.
That's smart.
Yep. Clear coated.
That's a smart man.
Expensive. He's a hustler.
Mm-hmm.
My dad can find $1 anywhere. I don't know. I come from a family of hustlers. They just know how to make money.
I bought a bunch of weights over COVID, and they were going crazy expensive. It was like $1 a pound.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound bad. But that's a 45-pound plate. You can't get one.
Right.
You got to get two.
Then you need the bar and a bench.
Yeah, dude. It was like $300 for just a nice set.
I'm going to just get some 15-pound dumbbells, fuck around. I'm not trying to get all jacked.
Yeah, no. Why would you want that?
I don't want to become one of these people that just always has to talk about everywhere he goes. Like, what's your BTUs,
Dude, you're going to be like when a chick is like, I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like, do you know how many dudes in the gym are trying to look like him and aren't going to look like him?
It's not going to happen
You'll be fine.
Well, the only way it's going to happen really accidentally is if you got that, if you're an addict. You ever see those women that used to be addicts? It's like... Then you see them, they get jacked in the gym.
Yeah, because they're addicted to whatever they're doing.
Yeah, they just whatever it is. Even guys, man. I knew a dude I worked with. I had no clue he was like an ex-heroin addict. And I used to mess around at the detail shop and be like, you look clean. Like, oh, you look clean. We'd be in uniforms,
Yeah.
And it's just a weird thing to say to somebody. I'd be like, oh, okay, wow, you look really clean today. Man,
That's such a weird thing, dude.
And my friends would be cracking up. We'd just be, I was the boss and I acted a little off. Like, imagine you meet your boss and I go, how are you?
Imagine I walked in and you were my boss. I would quit immediately.
You'd have to drop out of school and wash cars. Washing cars isn't a bad gig.
No, we're not. No, I would never say that.
It's a tough gig, though. But, no, if you end up with bosses like me and my buddies.
Dude, if I cannot imagine walking in and they're just introducing me and they're like, this is Mr. Leonelli. He's going to be your boss.
Yeah.
I would be like, Jesus Christ, dude.
And I would be fucking with people so hard.
You're inhaling helium in the back room.
We had this one guy, my buddy used to work out. He had all that whey protein and stuff. And I was like, what's up, man? You the new fish? And dude, he walks in. When I meet him, that's how I'm acting. And we start doing the day, and I go, yeah, we got to find out if we trust you. And we put this big bag of Coke. We go, I need you to hide this for me tonight. Dude, and it's really just creatine powder or something. Yeah. This kid was terrified, dude. The next day at work, he comes in all early with this shit. He's like, I can never do it again. Listen, man, my dad's a fucking cop. Man. He's freaking out.
We got to know. We can trust you. The bond of brotherhood at the car wash is above all.
There's always those people at work that take it too far, though. You know, there was one dude, man, I don't know why he did. Josh is all wiping a tire, and then this other worker just walks up to him with his dick out. He's like, you see that? That's a man's dick. It's just right here. Just like, dude, what the fuck are we doing?
That's here? A man's dick is a crazy thing to say. That is crazy.
It's like, you know, people start working. You work with a lot of those college frat guys. They always push it too far.
Yeah, that's a man's dick. That needs to be a button.
It was back around the time that movie Waiting was around.
Oh,
remember
dude,
that?
Yeah, that changed cultures, restaurant culture.
I didn't go out to eat for months. They had the backup cameras on cars. They'd be like, check the backup camera, put it in reverse. Then you have their nuts back there. Yeah.
God damn, dude. Yeah, I worked at the beach for a while in high school, and I remember this one guy, one of our bosses was like that. He was like crazy, all about working out, getting in shape, like
shaving
he was always
legs.
Ripped. Yeah, like that kind of dude. And he was the head lifeguard at one of the beaches I worked at.
Hoping you drowned.
Yeah.
Let's practice mouth to mouth again, boys.
Dude, but he had this like powder, this like whey protein or creatine something. And he's like, oh, dude, he was serious about it. He's like, nobody better touch my protein or whatever. That was like the first thing he told me. He was like, welcome to the beach. Don't touch my protein. Yeah. And he was like, you can't shake it because it ruins the molecules or something in the powder. I was like, all right, man, whatever. So then my buddy, who I became fast friends with, still friends to this day, he comes in, I meet him for the first time. Yeah. And he's like, hey, what's up, Dylan? He kind of reminds you guys kind of remind me of each other, actually. And he's like, what's up, dude? And and then our other buddy comes, I'm like telling him, I'm like, hey, what's his name was just here? He's talking about his whey protein. And he goes, oh, yeah, the shit you can't shake? Dude, my buddy goes in, he opens it up, and he just starts blowing cigarette smoke into it.
Oh, man.
Turning it, closing it, shaking it up, and putting it back. And I was like, oh, my God. I was like, I fucking love these guys. That guy, the guy who had the powder, though, I think he died.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Those work pranks, that's how you gotta live work.
Yeah.
We had one kid, he came in hammered drunk, man, so he's sleeping in a car. We were mad at him because, you know, it's a labor-intensive job. So now we gotta pick up this dude's slack. And the boss, his mother would make these pulled pork sandwiches, like I guess like once in a blue moon. And he couldn't wait all day. He's like, yep, my mother's making that pulled pork tomorrow. You know, he was an older dude, just lived at home with his mom, took care of her or whatever.
That's nice.
So, dude, he comes in the day, telling us all we're having our coffee. He's like, I know what I'm eating for lunch. You know, he can't wait for this pulled pork. This motherfucker falls asleep in a car, and the other worker, he takes that pulled pork sandwich out of dude's lunch, takes a bite out, and puts it on the dude's chest that's asleep.
Dude.
Bro, I've never seen someone so mad in my life. And they super glued his lunchbox to the table, the boss, right? So the boss comes in and he sees his lunchbox on the table and he sees the pulled pork. Dude, he's like, what? What the fuck? Dude, he goes, you ate my fucking sandwich? The dude's all drunk, waking up, right? And then he goes and grabs his lunchbox and you just hear the desk move. He's like, what the fuck? He's all kicking the fucking desk.
Oh, my God. Dude, I would be furious.
They tried telling us one time, the bosses said, hey, just so you guys know, there's cameras in here. And I'm thinking, bro, if there was cameras in here, the police would have came.
We would have all been arrested.
We'd be doing crazy shit. We'd have airsoft fights, all kinds of shit.
I love that, dude. That is some of the best times is when you look back now, the jobs that you like literally could not care less about.
Right.
There was no, you know, if you leave this job, it does not matter. Right. So it doesn't really matter what you do when you're there. Like those are the best jobs, dude.
You know, you might make a little less money, but they're funner, I feel like.
Oh, my God.
If I had to pick, I remember I had a job one time I got in New York where I was in the office just like matching shit up.
Yeah.
Dude, I was going nuts. I was never so crazy in my life. I can't do it.
No, that was the best. That was the only job I really had like that was at the beach, but it was great. Like we all met in high school. And then when I came home from college, I worked there a little bit over the summers. Yeah. And it was the best job, dude. We would just like go to the beach. You'd work for 6 hours and then you got a job, so your parents are like, well, he's working, and then we would just drink every night and show up to the beach hungover, and it was great. It was really, really the best job ever. Shout out Huntington Beaches.
I had one job where the lady had to pay like different for me and the other guy, and I didn't know. And it was like this girl's like, oh, like I showed up, she's wearing like the black African, like the shit and all this stuff, and she's all talking to me about Africa.
She looks like a senator in the White House last year.
Right, yeah. And she, she's all, you could tell she's all pro-black, for my people, black owned, this is BLM, and she's all this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. And she hired another guy. And he's a black dude, and she don't got him doing shit, bro. I'm moving filing cabinets outside. He's like putting together chairs.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
like,
that's
this fucking bitch, right?
reparations.
And we're getting paid under the table, so every day we're getting paid. And I'm like ready to quit. I'm like, man, this shit ain't enough money. It was, saying at the end of the week, we get paid. And she gave me his check. And
by accident.
Yeah, we're supposed to get the same amount. Dude, don't you know, she gave him like 3 times more. I was already gone. It's cash. She goes, I need you to bring that back. Bro, I didn't respond. I'm like, fuck you.
You never went back to the office?
For the week. No.
Wow. Hey. Amen, dude. That's the way you got to live.
Yeah. I didn't do it.
That's the best. I've seen people. It used to be like, I feel like when we were growing up and now it's being exposed, they were like, you can never, leave a job poorly because like then it's on your resume.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like they talked about your resume like it's a permanent record.
Try to scare you with it.
Yeah. Oh, you got to be respectful. You never want to burn a bridge. It's like, bitch, why do I care about burning a bridge at Wendy's?
Right.
Like,
or anywhere.
What is going to happen?
People know people need to work. It's like, yo, dude, you think this guy gives a fuck about your review of me? He's not calling you.
Yeah.
He's sizing me up, seeing, hey, do I want to try to work this kid? Do I
yeah,
wanna
exactly,
use him?
dude. The best thing I saw, this chick online talking about how she was at this terrible job, and the best like quitting story she had was this. She was like, yeah, today's my last day, I'm out. And the boss was like, you have to give us 3 weeks notice. This is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I am going to, make sure you never get a job when they call for references. And she's like, I'm not even going to put this job on my resume. When people ask about it, I'm just going to say I took a sabbatical.
Yeah.
And she was like, his face just got even madder. And it was that's the best thing to do. Just be like, yeah, if it was a shitty job, you had a bad boss, just don't even put it on your resume.
Yeah, I had this shitty job. He'd never let me leave early, giving me all the shitty cars to clean. So it's like my last, I put in my 2 weeks, and I got 3 days left of my 2 weeks. And I'm trying to be nice because they're short-staffed.
Yeah.
They try to fuck me and give me some dirty-ass car after another. He's like, yeah, and you got to do this before you go home tonight. I'm thinking, what? You're going to be an asshole? I'm helping you. I said, nah, you know what? I think I'm just going to leave. He's like, well, I don't think they're going to like, the boss isn't going to like that too much because I had multiple bosses.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man. I said, I'm out, dude. I said, I'm quitting. What you mean? And, dude, I peeled out and left.
Oh, yeah. I had the last job I had in before I came to New York was when I was at the DA's office. That was I loved it there. But right around at the end, I felt like I was getting a little disrespect from some of the higher ups. I wasn't
sure.
People, there was some it's all politics. People get promoted at certain times, and people I started with. I just didn't get. I butt heads with this one woman who I worked with.
I know with you, it's a woman too.
I always get along with ladies, dude. Are you kidding me? So my direct boss was when we got along great.
I work harder for women.
But the one boss above her, we just kept butting heads, and then there was a few things that happened, and I was like, "You're wrong. This is not," in a nice way,
right?
But yeah, she brought me in for one of those reviews, a year review.
Yeah,
your yearly wrap up. And I was like, well, I've fucking been killing it. I've been doing great,
Right.
And, dude, it was so negative. And my boss was sitting there with me. And after she called me, she was like, I had no idea that was coming. You're doing great. That was crazy. And that, pissed me off so much. And then I felt she was going on vacation. I sent her this long email being I wanted to address some of the things that we talked about in the meeting.
Yeah.
And I just boom, boom. I was just so it's in writing, you know,
My
fucking
brain's bigger than yours.
the state hates, HR hates when you put things in writing,
Okay.
So I was like, just to have it in writing.
Yo, I know that burn.
What
did you repeat what she said to you?
And yeah, I was just like, I want to address all these things. As I told you, it all boiled down to like there was one person that like was terrible at their job. And I was just like, this person is a liability. Something bad is going to happen in the courtroom. And it's going to be bad for all of us.
Right.
And my boss was like, well, she just needs to, you just need to train this person. And I was like, I've tried. This person just doesn't care, it seems like. And she really like basically blamed me instead of blaming this person who would just like not do work.
Right.
And I was like, what can we do? And then so I put all that in writing of being like, as I told you, XYZ is a liability, and I just want to make sure that like when something happens that it's on record that I've made you aware. Dude, she brought me in for another meeting when she came back from vacation, and this time I'm like ready. I'm pissed, dude. I was so mad. And we sat there again. My boss is sitting like right there, and she's just like, all right, maybe, and then we're just arguing back and forth. And eventually she was like, well, I think we're just talking around the same points. I go, I agree. And then like a month later, she tried to transfer me to this court where instead of supervising, like I was supervising like 9 people. I was the man, but 9 other lawyers? Or? Yeah, I was like supervising like 9 other people in this courtroom, in this courthouse. And then she transferred me to a court that I would just be by myself.
Damn.
And I was like, that's the last straw. I'm good. I called my boss, and she was like, again, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. And I go, hey, this guy offered me a job like a month before, a defense attorney. Yeah. I called him up, explained the whole thing. He's like, yeah, you want to come in for an interview Monday? Wow. I go in. He gave me the job, like in the office. Best guy ever. And I called my supervisor, told her I was leaving. And she's like, okay, do you want me to call the higher up, or do you? And I go, I'll call her. And then I call her. I was like, hey, so I'm leaving. Do you still need me to go to that other court by myself? Because I'm only going to be here for 2 weeks. Yeah. And she was like, no, you could stay. And then she was all nice. She was like, oh, wow, that's so great. Wow, congratulations.
Wow, yeah, two-faced.
Still hold a grudge.
People would rather do worse in business to let their ego or emotions win. I never understood it. There was like a bartender / manager / tax guy / janitor at this comedy club. LOL, the only club I've ever
tax
played.
Tax guy / janitor, dude.
So he did everything there, and the owner even told me, he goes, look, I never find nobody to work any cheaper than him, right?
He's doing it for $20 in a place to live.
Like, he works so cheap, it's cheap for me. He drink, it's cheap. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we're working, and the comedians, there's some real funny comedians that were coming through this club. And this dude starts booking it, and you notice the comedy dropped off, right? Yeah. We're like, dude, what's going on? He's like, I don't like, because he didn't like, the funny comics there were the ones saying, hey, man, this show could be better. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah. He'd be yelling at guests or making them sit outside too long. And we'd be like, bro, seat them. What are you doing? Like, get their drinks or whatever. Like, send somebody.
Start making money.
Yeah, let's do it. So, he had a little grudge. We'd be telling on him. But he would rather the show be bad. He wouldn't book us. He'd be like, oh, I seen you're on tonight and the other guy, I seen OC's on tonight. Please tell him not the big laugh. It hurts my head. And dude, it's a comedy club manager. He'd get mad. One guy would kill so hard, this dude would get mad. And he's trying to quit booking them.
Shaking the room. He's like, it's just too loud.
The owner of the club is like, it's what do you want me to do? These guys are never going to come back. He works for almost nothing. And it's like, dude, we had to deal with this shit for 2 years. This dude shooting himself in the foot. When the guy pulled a gun out on me and I fight him on the street, this dude comes out. He goes, you have to apologize. There has to be a reason they pull a gun on you. I'm like, dude, you're going to make me apologize? And they let the person with the pistol stay at the club. Dude. I had to leave. And the owner's like, he work it cheap.
Dude, you should have just taken his job. Be like, I'll work for the same amount.
I don't know how to be a janitor and an accountant.
Dude, being a janitor, you just sweep a little bit. You fucking throw some Ajax around.
Nah, you got to know shit to be a janitor, like how to fix the pipe, maybe.
That's a plumber, Dom.
Throwing somebody out. But
That's a bouncer.
These businesses in New York, that's everybody.
Dude, yeah.
You get one pretty girl to deal with the customers and one kind of, one pissed off guy to do everything else.
Yeah, you need a Charlie, like from Always Sunny.
What about like being I want to find a part-time job that I don't care about just to fuck around and have fun.
Meet people, meet friends.
Yeah, like maybe be a bartender with the guy that carries
Busboy.
the beer.
Be like or a barback.
A barback would be cool, don't you think?
Yeah.
I start doing some curls. I could slip you a drink when you come in.
Yeah, dude. I used to barback in college. It was the best.
It'd be a fun little part-time job.
Yeah.
I want to meet people, man. I get lonely. You get to meet all these ex-criminals. Is there any girls when you're like, oh, when you come out, maybe me and you could hang out? I'll get you off dope.
No, but when Randy was here, when you were away,
yeah,
he asked me about I told the story like 3 episodes ago, but there was a woman, young, she was probably in her like 20s or 30s, so like around the same age I was at the time, and I was prosecuting the case. And then I moved to another court. I got transferred to another court, and my case got put on someone else.
Yeah.
So I was on vacation, and I got a message on Facebook from a random person.
Oh shit!
Like, who is this? And the message was like, "Hey, I missed you in court today. Where were you? Hope everything's okay."
Damn.
And I was like, "Who is this? I have no idea." And then I'm like, I look at the profile, and I'm like, "Oh my God." It was the defendant from this case. I immediately like screenshotted it, sent it to my boss. I was like, what the hell do I do
you
here?
Should have hit.
Come on,
What
dude.
are you doing?
I told Randy the same thing. Quickest way to get disbarred, dude.
Really? They disbar you for that?
Yeah, dude.
Nah, you don't
You
gotta
for
tell
sure
nobody.
get fired.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though you let some time go? Well, plus, I don't know how
That's
good of a
even
liar
worse,
you
dude.
are. You gotta be like, I didn't know. What do you want me to do? The fuck you want me to do? I didn't know.
Dude,
you
I didn't
play dumb.
Yeah, you know what they will say, Dom? I didn't know is a great defense. You
I
can
met her
use
at the
that.
bowling alley. The fucking broad wanted to,
You could use that in court, dude. I didn't know.
Out. I didn't fucking know.
Come on.
I felt bad for the broad. What do you want me to do? I was worried about it.
You keep saying broad, and
Yeah.
they're like, Mr. Krasinski, this is all a recorded record. Can you stop using that terminology? I'm like, what you talking about, you broad?
Yeah, it looks like somebody smacked the girl around a little bit. You know, I say, hey, I want to take her in my car. Well, I'm worried about the fucking bitch over here. You guys are breaking my balls.
Dude. Yeah, dude, that was crazy. And then I got conflicted out of the case. I wasn't, I couldn't like stand up on the case anymore.
How cute was she?
I don't even remember.
Was it a drug problem?
No, it was I don't even
Child endangerment?
No. Yeah, something real bad. No, she cut her ex's dick off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, and you know what? Guys would still be like, I might.
I don't know. I don't know.
You have a couple of Jamesons or something?
That's I don't even remember. There was just so many cases, but those are the ones that I remember. But I did have you ever looked at mugshot shorties?
No. I bet there's some good looking
on
ones.
Instagram. There's an
I
account.
haven't looked.
An account, and they post all like hot women and their mugshots.
We used to have a thing in our neighborhood. It was like just like that, but it was like local. Did you guys have something like that in Long Island?
No.
It would be like all the people from your area, their mug shots and what they got charged for.
Wow.
It was in Youngstown. It ran for a few years, but people try to get in there. Like they just do something little.
Something crazy.
If you made it in, yeah, it's cool.
You're a celeb.
Like
in Youngstown.
assault or battery or something. You'd see people in there for fighting.
Yeah, something little like assault.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Reckless endangerment, but people would get in there.
That's wild. Yeah, all these chicks, it's all like it's like drugs, DUIs. Some of them are. There was one chick who was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And underneath it's like drug trafficking, possession of a firearm. Wow. It's all these things. And then you go to the comments, and all the comments are like, innocent, Your Honor. It's like, I can change her.
Let her go.
Yeah, every time I see it, I comment not guilty.
Yeah. All the hood dudes I've ever met, one thing they said, white bitches is the easiest to flip. I'm like, well, he's like, you can get them selling for you. They'll get people buying shit off you. He's like, that's
really?
Yep.
Wonder why.
I guess they just know all the other little white girls. I don't know. Daddy's credit card, who knows? That's what he says.
It's the excitement,
He stands by it. Dude, we'd be sitting there, he'd be like, you got to get a white bitch. I told you. That was his advice all the time. I'd be like, I'm trying to make comedy work. He'd be like, man, you got to go get you a white bitch, man. Straight up.
That is crazy, dude.
Yep. He's like, they'll get all them other little white bitches.
Dude, I think if it wasn't illegal, I think I would be a great criminal running a criminal organization.
You'd be great now because you know all the laws.
I
like,
think I
catch
would
me if
be
you can.
really good at like, yeah, dude, being like a kingpin drug dealer, you know, like a Walter White, you know,
Yeah.
I feel like I would kill it.
What's the smartest way to get away with trying to sell it? You see all the shit on TikTok. They're like, you could put this in your car. It looks like an engine part. But I'm like, they'll still catch that shit. You don't want to be part of it.
I would think that you only sell on certain days,
Wow, I
like
would never
weekends
even thought of
probably.
that.
Because a lot of, certain units or certain like, there's not a lot of people working weekends. I'm sure there are, but like for
Yeah.
street crime. But
And
if you're just
weekends
like,
being busy is normal.
yeah, and then if you just like drive around, I guess, or I don't know, walk. If you walk, you're never gonna get stopped.
Yeah.
I guess unless like there's a dog who's sniffing. But how many drug sniffing dogs are there in the subways? Or you just take Ubers,
Yeah, you'd have to be Ubering it.
right?
Have to be.
Or you have a
Ubering it.
driver. You hire a driver, drive you around.
Damn, that's getting deep.
And then you just
gotta
go
make
in and
some
out,
bread. Yeah.
in and out of places, and then you hire like a bodyguard, walk around with you, and like it looks like you sell art or something.
Yeah, you need a front.
Yeah.
You sell art, but you put the dope in
Oh,
the
dude,
art.
you could sell like antiques, and
Yeah.
I think it would probably
You're
be
smart.
It would probably be the best if you're dealing with like the high end, like ultra rich,
Yeah, you can't be fucking with the people like just going crazy with it.
like millionaire, billionaire guys. Like
Yeah.
they're doing cocaine, you know. I'm
Right.
sure. So you just like go up to their penthouses or whatever, probably meet a door guy.
and you could sell them $10,000 worth in a vase.
Probably easy, yeah.
Nobody'd ever know.
Selling antiques.
Yep.
Wow, look at us, dude. Just
Dude, criminal minds. That is what's
I
up.
watch a lot of TV.
I could be the muscle. One thing I always wanted to do, like I wish I would have done it before like technology was so good, was pistol whip someone because dude, now it's like there's no way you're getting away with
Dude, I
it.
thought you were gonna say like go skydiving.
But imagine doing that, like somebody pisses your girl off and you just fucking whack them in the head
Oh my god.
a few times.
How do
your
you do
girl
it?
would go crazy.
How do you even do it? Was the butt of the gun, or you just like,
Yeah, it all depends. I guess I never had the opportunity.
or you just
unfortunately.
hold it and like?
I think if you hold their hair and you just hold the gun like a rock, you know,
Ah.
yeah, that revolver part will, it would hurt. I guess the butt would hurt too.
that would probably be the worst.
Yeah, the butt would probably hurt bad.
Kill someone.
Maybe that's what people do.
Damn.
Yep.
Or yeah, like Goodfellas. I feel like it's like the
Yeah,
butt
the
or the
side.
side, and
Clack,
they just
clack.
like yeah.
Imagine if you did that to somebody, like that gay dude that was pissing you off in the beginning of the episode. You just grab him by his hair and start pistol whipping him.
That girl would have proposed to me on the first date.
She would have. Wow, he's really for Trump. Look at that.
Wow, look what an alpha! Holy
Yeah,
crap!
man.
Oh yeah, that girl told me too. She was like she was a Republican. She told me she liked Trump, and I was
Yeah.
like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah. Man, you gotta get back with her. Get her and her mans to break up.
Dude, our brains work so differently. I'm just
Why?
like, I just got to find someone else. And you're
Yeah.
like, dude, you got to stay on her. Stay
Yeah.
on her. Keep following.
Well, just first get her man and them to have some problems. You know?
How would you do that?
Well, you make things convenient for her. You say, look, come over here next time he's mad. If you ever just want to get back at him, come over here. I won't tell nobody.
Oh, my God. That's diabolical.
Yeah, you got to get that voice that, come over. It's no problem. Huh? I'll give you some money.
That's insane, dude. That
But
is.
you need a couple $100, go shopping or something. Come over. Let me at least just give you a couple $100.
Oh, my God. Yeah, let me just move some.
He's not doing that for you.
Let me move some assets around, and I'll get you
Yeah.
a credit card. I'll put your name on it.
I can't believe he's not taking you on a fucking cruise. I told you my girl, her therapist got her. Did I tell you that on the pod?
No.
Yep. It's 2 years she complains to me about her therapist. And then she ends up messing around with the therapist for 4 months. Yep.
While they were, that's illegal.
Yeah, dude, there you go. Look at that. I should turn his ass in.
Yeah, to the board.
Yeah. He was talking bad about me for 2 years. Then after shit didn't work out with those two, you know, who knows what they did for the few months they were together. She's trying to get me back. He got in my head about you. He made me believe things that weren't true. You know, for real.
Dude. Oh, Dom.
Yeah.
Dom, you have so many stories that you couldn't even compile with a group of people. I feel like if you put you on one side and a group of people on the other, like maybe 50 to 100 people,
Yeah.
it'd be like, hey, how many of you guys lost a girlfriend because she left you for their therapist?
Right.
You would be the only one raising your hand.
I bet you it'd be more people than they think.
You
they
think?
do it smooth, man. They do it smooth.
Well, I guess if you're like an attractive person and you got an attractive other person and then it's just like a friend, you're gossiping to them and they're just telling you you're right. You know, you're like, you know, oh yeah, of course, he's the problem. You're fine.
And I think for some guys, it's just conquering the girl. Like this therapist, that might be a thing for him, a kink.
You should turn him in.
Like, you know, like I can get in this girl's head and have her break up with her boyfriend and like me. I heard him one time when she got mad. I actually heard him. She thought I'd left already. And he was like, yeah, oh, I thought you were snoring. Like I heard you snore before or something about her snoring.
Oh, my God.
And I asked her about it. She got all nervous and weird. I'm like
I fell asleep in a session.
right. I'm like, come on now. How'd this dude like hear you snoring?
Dude, yeah, there has to be, from what I understand, there has to be some type of like cooling off period where you're not like a patient for like months.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can get together. But they can't just like, that's the worst thing ever. That's a quick way to lose your medical license.
You think you would lose it?
Absolutely, dude.
You know, I knew a dude, this dude, I couldn't believe how dumb he was. I think he was stoned or something. People make mistakes, but he was an anesthesiologist.
Oh.
And he smoked weed on the job, but they never drug test him. And he told the other anesthesiologist, he told on him, he goes, hey, I think that other guy's smelling like weed. They were like, oh, speaking of that, we've been meaning to ask you. And they drug tested the dude.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
So he ratted on another dude.
Yep.
And then they were like,
tested.
and then he lost his job.
I think it's been a problem off and on. I don't know, but that's a big job to fuck up. I didn't follow up on it. It's a story of passed down, but
damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think after that, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, yeah. That was an episode. I saw some doctor show where, the anesthesiologist was drunk in the surgery.
Yeah.
And then, I think it was Grey's Anatomy. Great show.
Imagine having a job like that. Do they drug test you for work?
Not at the DA, which was surprising.
Wow.
I was always shocked by that.
Yeah.
Dude. I was shocked.
That's crazy.
'Cause I didn't smoke. You know what? I smoked weed a little bit in college and law school.
Yeah.
And then when I started working for them, I was like, even though they don't drug test us, I'm like, it wasn't legal yet. So I was like, that feels like such a hypocritical thing. If I'm smoking and then going to court like the next day and like fucking people are getting arrested for weed on the streets, you know?
That would be so dumb.
So most people that I worked with didn't.
They probably were doing crazy drugs. I feel like you worked
just
with
a lot
some
of drinking,
guys that,
dude.
Oh,
a lot
really?
of drink. Lawyers.
Well,
like
I think
to
they're
drink.
depressed.
Maybe.
How good's a beer after court? It's gotta taste better.
Oh, it's great, dude. We would go for drinks all the time.
Like a Guinness or something.
Oh yeah, Guinness.
A Guinness after court.
Sam Adams.
After you just fuck somebody 20 years they're doing. It's just the best time to celebrate.
No, it's more of like
when that fuck was saying bye to his family.
It's more like, oh, thank God that day's over. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I
know, dude. I see some of those ones. They're like, what do you mean 43 years? These motherfuckers.
Dude, have you ever watched the videos of like kids, young kids getting life sentences?
They'll be like, I'm a juvie. See what you'll do. They say 20 years. Those motherfuckers, their mind changes.
Yeah.
What?
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah, I know a couple kids right now, dude. My heart goes out to them. Now, I don't know the whole story, but they went to go buy some weed from somebody. This was in Youngstown. And supposedly, this is the story. They're hanging with a guy that's a little older than them. Both these kids are 18 and 19. They're brothers. They give somebody a ride to go buy some weed.
Yeah.
I guess like a pound of weed or something.
A lot.
The dude that they give a ride to shoots the dealer, kills him, takes the pound of weed. They leave. A neighbor gets the license plate for the car. They see they're wanted for murder the next day. They all take off.
God.
They bust 2 of them. One hides out at the airport for like a week, finally turns himself in. They gave them all 20 to life. Like, they can't give parole till 20, figure you start getting parole after 20 years. They might do their whole life over giving somebody a ride.
What do you think? Do you think they actually...
Well, you're in the business more, so I wanted to see, like, would that really hold up, or do you think there's proof that they fucking were involved?
I mean, involvement in terms of, like, did they go in?
Yeah.
Did they go in?
So even if they didn't go in, you could still be looking at that 20.
I mean, potentially, but, like, the way you just explained it to me
is
the way that a defense attorney would explain it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like they didn't even know. They just gave this guy a ride to his friend's house. That's all he said he was going to do. They didn't even know what happened inside until they saw it on the news the next day.
Right.
But from the other side of the story is 3 guys went to a house. 1 guy went in, killed the guy to rob a drug dealer.
Right.
That's how it's being
in a
police report. 3 dudes knew a guy was a drug dealer. They went, robbed him, killed him, and then took off.
Yeah, and then they hid from Johnny Law for 3 days.
And that's, yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, they're done. I feel so bad. I just met him.
Sucks.
I said, dude, first day on the job, I worked with him. I was like, dude, I know your dad. I said, you can't read like me. He got all mad and tried to fight me. He was trying to read.
Oh, this is like a close friend.
Yeah. Well, I knew his dad for years.
Damn.
And he's like, yep, my boys are finally working here. He's like, I can't believe it. And then like 3 days later, that shit happened.
How long ago was this?
This was like 2012, I think, or something.
Oh, dude, they're
2014.
It might be getting out soon.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
10 more years.
Hopefully they see the pod.
Dude, I wish people could listen to pods in prison.
I think they could. They got iPads and shit in there.
Dude, we should start promoting to the prison community.
I was debating on getting one of those mafia hitmen in here, but what if they tell us too much and then they cut us up and kill us or something? Is it worth it?
I didn't think about any of that until you said it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that would be, we'd need maybe bring in some guy, like I said, bring in Big T, have him play like security guard, just pay him to sit on the couch for us.
We got to find somebody that knows a couple of those guys.
Yeah, I don't know. If you guys listening know any mafioso type criminals who have maybe gone to jail and are willing to talk about all their crimes on a podcast.
Yeah, or even if you just know where there's cheap Rolex watches, just so we can get a lead.
Maybe some things fell off the back of the truck,
Huh?
It's going to be a good Christmas this year, hon.
Yeah, I got the most expensive tree they had.
Hey, Toots, no more oranges for Christmas. We got everybody's getting a Rolex.
Morris didn't come home last night.
Just says Rolex across the top.
We should get some rollies.
Dude, yeah, my brother found this website where you can get them for, I don't know if I want me to say this, but he bought a $50,000 Rolex. They're called clones.
Yeah.
So they're fake, but they are basically indistinguishable.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're like a jeweler, you can't tell.
How much was it?
$500.
Damn, that's
for
still
something.
a lot,
it's still a lot for a watch.
You can get a real Rolex for like $2,800.
No.
Oh yeah, you can get an old one, cheap one.
Maybe an old, but this one that he got is like goes for like $50,000.
Man, imagine, dude, that is crazy. See, you gotta be careful with that.
Why?
Somebody might rob you for it, and then you get killed for fucking $500.
True. No, you just give it over.
Right. It's like, dude, this is
take
free.
it, man. Take it.
Yeah, I want to get a little rolly. Me and you start dressing more Italian. I'm telling you, things gonna work.
Dude,
out
I'm gonna
for
pop
us.
a little chain outside.
Yeah,
of the,
I think we can both go Italian. Start the sauce could be gravy. And you got that? Were you Sicilian? You said?
No, not a Sicilian.
Oh, okay.
I am a little bit Italian, but I don't know where from.
Either way, play it up a little, dude. This summer's gonna be fucking great.
Hey, you come into my mommy and daddy's house? We're doing Sunday sauce.
We'll have it all. You know what it is? The new Italian, the new mob, the new like gangster shit.
Yeah, they're influencers.
It's influencers, dude. It's ads on reels.
Yeah, ads on.
I fucking hit them for 5 reels yesterday. Fucking
Dude.
$20,000.
Dude, little Tony isn't coming through on his reels.
Yeah, we're gonna. Hey, listen, I need you to go upstate, do a collab.
Dude, can you believe we invested all that time and money?
Yeah.
And Tony V isn't even collabing on the Instagram.
And the thing is, Italians, people forget they still like to kill people. People are gonna be getting whacked over this shit.
That's straight disrespectful, dude. You do work with someone, they don't accept a collab.
Yeah,
dude, that's warring.
Or it's like
mafias.
Jimmy'd rather whack them than split the collab money with them. A video makes $30,000. They're cutting up bodies.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
What is
dude.
that fucking thing on your background of your computer?
I think it's a fox.
Oh.
I don't know, dude.
They're all over Ohio right now.
The background just changes randomly.
People are all over Ohio. They're putting out things that like, please go out and kill these foxes, use bats, guns, whatever you got in Ohio.
Why?
I guess there's a ton of them. They're breaking into houses and shit for real.
Are they? They're foxes?
Yeah, foxes.
Breaking into houses.
Yep,
Okay. I'm
100%.
pretty sure that's not
dogs.
what's happening in Youngstown.
Look
dude.
it up, Ohio, dude. Foxes everywhere.
Dude. Ohio's trying to like lower their opinion or their expectation of crime so much that they're like, no, we don't have crime here, but we do have a lot of foxes who are breaking into cars, committing welfare fraud, and cashing bad checks.
That's getting a little deep.
Dude, all these foxes are just smoking up all the Newports.
Yeah.
Driving away in their Nissan Altimas.
They're killing people's dogs. People are out there beating them with bats and shit. There's a little Facebook trend out there.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I'm serious.
That's out of control, dude.
Go check it out.
All right, dude. On that, you want to wrap it up?
Let's do it, man.
Wrap
Fun
it up,
times.
tap it up.
Yeah, we did it.
All right. This is going to take about 7 hours to export. So there we go. Dom, you want to tell them where they can find you?
Dominic Leonelli on Instagram and Facebook, and Dry Salami Podcast also. Check that one out.
Hell yeah. And Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and at Troublemakers on all of those sites. Thank you guys for coming back and joining us again, and we will see you next week, baby. Good night.